I certainly don't know who's going to win the election, but there are some things about elections that I do know. Thanks for checking out my video today. It's LaVoy with Telos Financial. Today I want to talk about a question I get a lot around election cycles. If one person, one party wins, what does that mean for my investments or the economy or for the markets? Something I get asked a lot, especially around big elections. This election is one of the biggest we've had in a while, so coming a lot, so I thought it'd be something I'd address. The short answer is the markets don't care who's president. The markets don't care who gets elected. The markets like certainty. They like to know what's going to happen and to be able to make decisions based on that. That's what business is like. So today I'm going to talk through a presentation. Every election cycle, the big investment houses put out different presentations sort of covering the similar topic. So today I'm going to use data from Invesco's presentation called 10 Truths Regardless of Who Wins the Election. So I'm going to go through their 10 truths, and then I'm going to talk through a few of them specifically just to highlight ones that I think kind of illustrate that point a little more. So here they are, Invesco's 10 truths. Number 1, markets have performed well under both parties. Number 2, investors are better off staying fully invested. Number 3, we do not radically re-engineer the U.S. economy. Number 4, the historical narrative is not as you remember. Number 5, signature legislative accomplishments are infrequent and the impact is not always as expected. Number 6, predictions tend to be wrong. Number 7, monetary policy matters more. Number 8, it's okay if you don't like the president, the market doesn't care. Number 9, no, this is not the most vitriolic election. And number 10, don't confuse partisan politics with market analysis, but keep your eye on one indicator. So again, I'm not going to talk through all 10 just for sake of time. I'm going to highlight a few of them. So number 1, markets have performed well under both parties. It's a misconception that people think one party does better for the markets or does better for the economy than the other. The markets have done well under both parties. And again, ultimately, the markets don't care. If there's a third party elected, maybe that would be different, but short of radically changing the way things are done in business in our country, it's probably not going to change things in the foreseeable future. Investors are better off staying fully invested. This, regardless of politics, regardless of whatever event you think is going to influence things, it's really hard to predict that. And to me, this is sort of a market timing thing where if you think something's going to happen and you make an investment decision based on that, it's market timing. And that's a bad strategy generally. If you are a long-term investor, history has shown you're better off in the long term to stay invested, ride out any volatility that may happen, and it tends to reward you in the long term because it's really difficult to time those things right. It's impossible to do with regularity. It's okay if you don't like the president. The market doesn't care. This one to me is a big one right now because people have very strong feelings about the election right now. What they show in their presentation is if you look at presidential approval ratings, how that correlates to returns. And ultimately, it just doesn't correlate between presidential approval ratings. So just something to keep in mind. And then the last one I'll mention is no, this is not the most vitriolic election. My favorite example of this, and this is not in the presentation, from the play Hamilton, they highlight a lot of the vitriol, I guess, around early elections, and specifically a duel related to one of them at the end of the play. And we haven't had duels lately. I don't foresee them coming back. So until that happens, I think it's safe to say this is not the most vitriolic election. I think the media makes it seem like that, and just having the continual media cycle makes news more available and makes things more current and reiterates the same thing over and over. So it makes it seem different, but ultimately it's not. So that's it. Again, the point is I don't think you should make investment decisions based on what you think politically is going to happen. There are much more important things to focus on. If you'd like to discuss your personal financial situation, give me a call or send me an email. I'd love the opportunity to talk with you. Thanks for checking out the video. Make sure to get out there and vote. If you enjoyed the video, check out my YouTube channel, Facebook page, and website for my blog for similar videos. If there's something you'd like to see me discuss in one of these, feel free to reach out, and I'd be glad to do a video and blog on it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.